through this, as well as Jeremy Morris and Becca. But I had thought that I could write a poem that might be suitable for a single sheet, maybe a little bigger, but like a broadside. And this poem just kept getting longer and longer, but it was the poem that came and I couldn't stop it. It gave me a chance, though, to do all kinds of fun things, like my reference to the Civil War. I'm not one of these Civil War buffs. By the way, there's a wonderful exhibit on Lincoln at West Liberty University right now. And I forgot to make the pitch on Iceland, but if anybody wants to go to Iceland, contact my wife at West Liberty University. That was a tangent. Back to the poem. Civil War, I'm not a historian, but I thought, well, where did the largest number of West Virginians who were part of the soldiery go? So Antietam was a pretty obvious one, and I was right about that. And I found out later that Winchester had 3 separate battles, and a lot, not surprising since that's top of West Virginia practically, lots of West Virginians there. But there was another battle I had never heard of called Cloyd's Mountain. Cloyd's Mountain. It was just south of, I think in North Carolina, just from the Virginia line, but that's that place where Virginia is real skinny below Bluefield. So it was really very close to southern West Virginia. And it was actually a major battle, and lots of West Virginia folks lost their lives on both sides. I get to mention some old fiddlers that were really, really men and women that I got to meet in the many years that I judged the Lyres contest at the Vandalia gathering. Some of these names, like Homer Hickam and John Nash, you'll know from the movies and science. Adrian Malott is actually a cosmologist from Moundsville, or Glendale, somewhere down there. And some of the others you'll recognize. Are there any other odd ones? Yeah, there's Chu Berry from here in Wheeling, a wonderful jazz man. Eleanor Stieber, I think you know. George Crumb, the extremely avant-garde contemporary classical composer, oddly enough, is a West Virginian. So I like to throw these things in. And our own Alexander Campbell from just north here in Bethany. I think that's enough. The epigraph is from another poem by Irene, and I will read that. A song for West Virginia. We give the mountains our names, and they stand still. Mountains called Nathaniel, Cole, Cheat, Blair. Rivers called Potomac, Kanawha, Greenbrier, New, Elk, Ohio. Remembered places, Droop, Greenbank, Arthurdale, Blennerhassett, Matewan. Beauty and tragedy, heroism and courage stitch the patches of our history's quilt. These are not easy times, nor were theirs. 1863, not easy. Western Virginia families split by war. How speak ease with typhus? Women and children outnumbering men, growing deathless of the young, lost at Antietam, Cloyd's Mountain, Winchester. Nor are ours easy. Jim and his chinos panhandling the crossroads, families at the dump, Weather Channel wailing, Mother Nature mainlining, new diseases spawning, but our forebears knew to dream and begin again. A cloud of witnesses watching even now, for there are frail forms fainting still at our cabin doors, forgotten and remembered names. Let our fingers trace their scars on the skin of who we might yet be. Shawnee, Cherokee, Hopewell, Adena, our ancients dreamed. New God, new art, new words. Who is there to mourn for Logan? Not one. We mourn the roads not taken, yet let that go. Celebrate the roads we have taken. Sky Gusty, Squirrel Alley, Pickle Street, Sally's Backbone. Who blazed these paths? Van Meter, Morgan, Zane dared these vast shadow forests of unending mountains. Dozens, hundreds, thousands followed, carving their square of sky from these eastern hardwoods. They dreamed the wild could begin a home, and so wild we began. Between early wars, forgotten settlers battled bears and painters, drought and flood, speculators, loneliness, yet some from those years remembered. Gass and Wellsburg with words captured Lewis and Clark. Booker T learned freedom here, dreamed it forward for generations of others, and some rode the very steamboats dreamed by James Rumsey. Steamboats. In 1851, a Swedish nightingale stepped off one and sang. Jenny Lind sang here. And only blocks away, a century later, Eleanor Steber sang here. Lured angels with Strauss, Wagner, Rossini throughout these hills, song and music. Blind Alfred and George Crumb, Melvin Wine and Hazel Dickens, Chu Berry, high and low notes, each can hit them all, hit them like Brett out of the ballpark. West Virginia, brick streets and churches dreamed and begun here. Here, Alexander Campbell and Matthew Clare dreamed God, and keeping their paths straight, thousands joined them. Who knows even now where the line is between dream and fact, between creation and Big Bang? Free mail and 4-H camps dreamed and begun here. But this 35th state was first dreamed in bloodshed between North and South, between East and West, the old Commonwealth torn, and so West Virginia arose. Statesmen and heroes fought for family, tradition. Stonewall stood on the wrong side where there was no good side, but courage and skill knew no better. And Pierpont, Borman, Carlisle fought with courage and skills of language, forged our new state, this very one upon which we stand. Anna Jarvis dreamed and began Mother's Day here. Golden delicious apples dreamed and began here at Big Ben. John Henry, to whom even poets bow their heads, hammered hard and hammered fast. And Chuck Yeager flew fast, faster than these sentences, than even their sound. Homer Hickam dreamed the sky itself, shaped rockets, then words to tell his story. And Adrian Malott reached between the stars to the dark matter, dreamed the very structure of the cosmos. John Nash dreamed numbers in his beautiful mind, played games where good money trumps greed, and Mary Lou Retton dreamed a single number, a perfect 10. Electric railroads dreamed and begun in Huntington. Minnie Harper dreamed and became first African-American woman in legislature. Pocahontas County, beyond the beyond, Pearl Buck and Louise McNeil conjured and crafted words to dream beyond that beyond, words known now around the world. Dreaming and beginning all our heroes for the working class, Sid Hatfield, Blizzard, Mother Jones, Ruther, Heckler, Larry Gibson, shoulder to shoulder. Look close at those bullet holes in those courthouse steps in Welch, those same holes in Larry's outbuildings. Look close at the big hat with the little woman and the fiery voice, and all the good stand with us still. We hear them singing. Remember, too, the forgotten whose names are scratched in stone in moldering cemeteries just over yonder where the blackberry blossoms. Lloyd, who showed me the old Miller place, a maiden's blush apple gone wild. Roy, who showed me a spring cold as ice in haymaking August. Norma, who showed me the widow's mite in towers of food. Gwen and Melvin, who showed how country folks define gentleman, lady. Maestro, let us play a tucket on those fiddles. Let them ring. Let the bells chime. Let a song to slide, echo down the Ohio, up the Kanawha, the New, the Elk. Sing those liquid notes of the river. Mountain water makes the difference, the old slogan said, and still does. Moonshine and springshine, cold and fire have tempered our blood, and here we yet stand. Here we dream and begin again. So whoop it up, this celebration. Dream it big. Add names to this song. Yours, mine, and all those to come. Do as our ancestors across the waters did, like bonfires atop hill and mountain. Let the message travel from Charleston to Bluefield, from Williamson to Harper's Ferry, and back to Wheeling. then mountaineers are still free. Someone carve a story, a blueprint of just what might be done, what might be said. Someone scavenge the detritus of the flea market. Take hammer or brush, assemble new dreams for rust and whitewash. Annunciations, the Fulton Dairy Queen, and on the back porch, Bonnie and Paul once again spin us the old tales new. The preacher on your mother's lap, the monster stick that hooks a bear, and listen again, the old tunes. Listen to Wilson Douglas, Phoebe Parson, Harvey Sampson, whose fiddle leads us through those Upiney mountains. Scrape and trill, drone and run like a river through the mountain's heart. 150 years and hundreds more to come. Think of it. Take up the pattern of those who've given us their lives. Take up the patches of this history quilt, this dream flag quilt. Wave it high and walk proud these crumpled folds and crags of mountain and valley, these green rolling hills, and let no man haul it away, no coward with a bankroll buy us out, no circus fast talkers take what's ours. And what a dream, still ours, still new, just beginning. Again that bell, again those trumpets, fiddles, drums, hands together. How sweet the sound, let us clap, let us sing. And though we know, President Kennedy, that the sun indeed does not always shine here in West Virginia, you were right. These, our people, always do and always will. West Virginia, you are my home, our home. Forever may you sing, and forever may you shine. Thanks. Thank you all very much. Thanks for coming. Kudos for Andy. Andy, tell us what's up next month.
We don't know.